Welcome back, comic book collectors and enthusiasts. My name is Brandon. You're watching M.O.N.Comics. Hey, welcome back. Happy Friday, everyone. In this week's video, I've got some exciting mail that I scoured the internet to find and have sent to the middle of nowhere. Anyone who's been watching my videos lately might be asking themselves, gosh, I wonder if he's going to show any more Fantastic Four. And then they might say to themselves after that, man, I'm getting really bored. Does this guy collect anything other than Fantastic Four? Well, to answer your questions, I do have a stack of Fantastic Four, but these are not for today's video. Today's video, I have a nice mix of some great DC books and a nice big Marvel key that Alex the comic hoarder would probably call a foundational comic for my collection that I was very excited to pick up. But before we get into the books, if you guys like my content, I would really appreciate if you could hit subscribe and like. Hitting subscribe will also get you the first part that you need to participate in my 400 subscriber giveaway. Some people also might think, why 400 subscribers? Usually you do it at milestones like 500, 1,000, and so on. Well, it's my channel, and I like giving comic books away. I like giving back to the people that have helped me get where I am and make me feel confident behind a camera and have encouraged me to get out of my comfort zone and just go for it. So that is why I'm doing a 400 subscriber giveaway. I've selected some awesome books, so stay tuned to the end of the video to see how you can get in that. But until then, let's look at this week's Monmail. So the first book, it's kind of funny. I was talking with Mike from Lunch Money's Comics a couple weeks ago. We text each other and talk about pickups and what we're up to. And we actually video called a couple weeks ago. And Mike and I are very similar in some of our collecting and what we gravitate towards. Mike's kind of like the Professor X to my scraggly Wolverine, if you will. And so he helps me out with some questions that I've had for him. And we both agreed that we had just watched Justice League Dark on HBO. And we both also agreed that DC really does a great job with the supernatural characters. Everyone knows I'm a big Man-Thing fan, but Swamp Thing does it for me too. And so I was watching Justice League Dark, and I'm like, okay, Constantine, Swamp Thing, Zatanna, these are really, some expensive, first appearances if I wanted to pick them up. But one that wasn't expensive, and it's not the same character from Justice League Dark, but it is Adventure Comics 428 with the first appearance and origin of the Black Orchid. This is from 1973. I got this from Comic Fanatic 86 on Instagram. I had been watching his sales for a little bit. I say sales, but he lists a number of books throughout the week, and then in Friday he invoices you. But he has some really nice books from all different eras of comics and very fairly priced. So I've just been waiting to see a book I wanted to jump on. He's extremely nice. Very great communication and awesome packaging to get this to me. I was very impressed. So yeah, so this is Black Orchid, first appearance. It is a story by Sheldon Mayer and cover art by Bob Oxner. And it's Susan Linden in this book is who the Black Orchid is. And in the Justice League Dark rendition, the movie, it is just an avatar of the House of Mystery that wants to have the human experience. So two different characters, but I want to read this book. I haven't yet. I really like the cover. I love the trade dress here. So Mike showed me his books too in the video he was going to do and drop that video. And I was like, oh man, like that's awesome. Like, very similar collecting styles and we know what we're going after next, but really cool cover. I'm very happy to own this. So Black Orchid, Adventure Comics 428. The next book I picked up is another DC book, and it's in really great condition. And I wanted some more books of this character, and I was able to pick one up. So this is Adventure Comics 435 from 1974. I got this from comicgains on Whatnot. This was written by Michael Fleischer and Russell Carley, and cover art by Jim Aparo and Tatiana Wood. Love this cover, was drawn to the cover. Haven't read the story yet, but it looks pretty cool. I liked this sale that comicgains was doing because they had a back wall with like 4 books on the back wall. And if you spent over $10 on the current auction to get a book, you got to pick a book from the back wall. So when I won this auction, I also was able to pick up X Factor 99, more of a modern book, well, Copper Age, but excited to read it. And I was like, maybe I'll just, read some more X Factor, collect some more X Factor. So I thought that was a very cool gesture. This is in great shape, but this one for its age is in really incredible shape, really clean book. I'm not going to have it graded because I'm not a huge fan of it. I wanted to read it, but I think the the cover art looks great on it. And as if that wasn't enough, they also threw in a bonus, New Gods #4, with some awesome Jack Kirby art. I've been been told the New Gods books are awesome, and this is going to be a nice intro into me getting it and reading it. So it was very cool of them. So from Comic Gains on Whatnot, I was able to get 3 books for just buying this one, and I'm very happy about Adventure Comics 435. This next book came off of eBay, and I've wanted it for a while, and this one was in a low enough condition, but still good enough that I felt good about picking it up and adding it to my collection. Little dirty secret, I'm a fan of the first Suicide Squad movie. I'm actually a fan of most comic movies that come out, because as a kid growing up, we had Batman '89. I saw that in the theaters, and it is still, Michael Keaton is my Batman. I can't wait to see him in The Flash. We didn't have many comic movies growing up, so I'm just grateful I get to see any of these characters come to the big screen. And I remember when a lot of them first started coming out, like Iron Man or Spider-Man. Spider-Man especially, because Tobey Maguire's version had the web slinger built right into his hand instead of the device. And, you know, a lot of producers and directors at the time were just talking about how you really can't just go straight from the comic, because there's going to be, it might just lose the regular audience. So they needed to mix some stuff up. So you're never going to get a comic movie that is perfectly to the T, because it's got to appeal to everyone. And I'm okay with that. And I do like the Suicide Squad. That's my dirty little secret for today. And out of the Suicide Squad comes a character from this book. This is Detective Comics 524 from 1983, written by Jerry Conway. Cover art by Ed Harrigan, Dick Giordino, and Anthony Tolan. And this is the first crocodile appearance, I'll say, of Killer Croc. So he appeared in 357, and that's what CGC credits as the actual first appearance. And he was also in 523, but he was in a fedora and a trench coat as like a thug. So in this book, and I'll put the panel up here where you actually see him, it's like the first appearance of him as Killer Croc. I've wanted it for a while. I enjoyed Killer Croc as a character. I'd like to see more of him on the big screen. Again, monsters, I gravitate towards them. It's what I do. So was very happy to add this book. It was very inexpensive. I think I got this for 12 bucks on eBay, and I was very happy to add another Batman book to my collection. All right, now we're diving into Marvel for just a couple books, but they're cool books. This one, not a key, well, kind of a key, but it is Incredible Hulk 268. It's a key because it's the first and only appearance of the Pariah. I've done a little bit of reading from this. I won't try to explain the story. It's a little bit, you know, there's a lot to it. But I love the cover, and I love the cover probably a lot because it is done by Frank Miller. I just love the reds and the whites in the Hulk of the light, and then the skeleton and the Hulk. I don't have much Hulk, and so I thought this was a great way to get into some Frank Miller / Hulk, some more of his art. So I just picked up Black Panther in my recent video that had a Frank Miller artwork, and I wanted to pick up this Hulk. So very cool. Hulk 268, very happy to add this to my collection. The last book is a Marvel book, and it's a pretty big key. Again, it is probably what Alex the Comic Hoarder, I love his term, foundational comics, something that brings eye appeal and value to your collection. I think that's a great term, and I'm going to use it. Thank you, Alex. And I got this after I had taken my best friend to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We were both big fans of the movie. It was his birthday. I said, let me take you out to the movies. This is my best friend who was my best man at my wedding, grew up 2 houses down from me, so we always love to talk comic books and comic book movies, especially because he's like one of the only other people growing up that collected when I did. So I took him to this movie, and I fell in love with not only the movie, but the villain in this movie, played by Chukwudi Iwuji. He was absolutely fantastic, and I am talking about the High Evolutionary. This is Thor 134 from 1966. Even though I swung off the Fantastic Four, I couldn't get away from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Look at that beautiful cover. It is a lower grade. There's some issues. There's some chipping, some good old Marvel chipping up here. But the cover is great. The colors are great. The High Evolutionary in that movie was one of my favorite Marvel villains thus far. He was methodical, and he was very brutal in scenes, especially to do with the animals. Even though it's science fiction, there can be some stuff based in real life with that. And he was also, there was times when he would lash out, and his brutality and insanity would come out, and I really loved him as a villain. And I was actually doing some scouring, and I'll put the thing up here. It was put out by... I'll leave a little title card, but it was released that in the end scene, spoiler alert, you can see Drax carrying the High Evolutionary out of his ship, and he becomes a prisoner on Nowhere. So he's not out of the Marvel Universe yet. You don't see him die. You see Drax carrying him out. I really have wanted this book for a while. I don't have any Thor books. I'm a fan of all Marvel characters, really. I just hadn't gravitated any Thor yet. And this is what I love about being a key collector, too. Yes, I have runs that I'm working on, but if you're a key collector, too, you can go and dabble in other titles that you might not necessarily collect all the time. It will lead you down another path. So I haven't read this yet. I'm very excited to get into it. I'm sure it'll be about him evolving some animals into, human-esque characters. But this is a really great book. It was not that expensive because I settled for a lower grade, but now they are selling pretty good. This is an example. A lot of the times, there's movies get announced and the hype goes up for the first appearance of Deadpool or the Serpent Society or anything like that. And the hype goes up and then the movie comes out and it settles and the books settle back down. This is an example of where the prices are starting to go up a little bit because people enjoyed that movie. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was Marvel getting back to just some great storytelling, finishing some story arcs. Didn't need to have a ton of action in it, but the action they did have was awesome and a great villain. So very happy to pick up Thor 134 to round out this week's Monmail. All right, 400 subscriber giveaway. I am very, very humbled to have reached 400 subscribers. Again, I didn't think I'd get more than like 3 to 5 people. And I know 400 is like a weird milestone, but I love giving books away. I love giving back to the comic book community whenever I can. I did a pretty fun giveaway when I hit 100 subscribers, so I'm thinking it's been a while since I hit, another 100. So I'm on 400 now, I'm a little over. Let's celebrate. And if I somehow make it to 500, I'll get even crazier with the giveaways. So you might have seen in my last video, I show that I have a Flash 3-pack from the 90s. The hanger tab is just lightly punched up here, but I don't think it was hung. But this is how they marketed some comics in the 90s to sell, with a 3-pack with the stories in it. So that is one part of my giveaway. The next book, being a Black Panther fan and also a key collector, I thought it would be fun to give away Black Panther number 18, The Epilogue of Death. This is the first appearance of Madam Slay. Who would have known when this was written that slay would become a pop culture term used for empowering women? But here it is. So Black Panther number 18, first appearance of Madam Slay, will also be in the giveaway file. The next book, just a big fan of this character. Anyone who watches my channel knows this. It is Predator number 1. It is a variant edition. It is a modern comic, but it's a great cover. There's some awesome art in here. And if I'm going to be doing a giveaway, I had to give away some of my favorite characters and titles. So Predator number 1. The next book, again, not a key, but as someone who loves cover art and sometimes buys books based on cover art, I thought I should put this one in. So it is Daredevil 200. I love Bullseye's face. The artist, to be so accomplished to draw a character looking forward like that, down on the ground, as if he's looking at you viewing this whole situation, is awesome. So beautiful book, really good condition, good colors. So Daredevil, definitely in the mix. The last Raw book, another key, The Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu number 17, first appearance of the villain Blackjack. I love obscure Marvel villains. Everyone should have one in their collection. Here you go. This is your chance to get it. So this is another one that I thought would be really fun to add in here. Some Bronze Age goodness. Number 17, Shang-Chi. And then the last book I've been previewing for a while is Daredevil 184 CGC 9.0. Beautiful book, Klaus Janson, Frank Miller, Punisher appearance in this book. The one before this, 183, is the first appearance of, first meeting of Daredevil and the Punisher. So looks like the Punisher, or Daredevil has a gun. I was looking at this cover and realized Daredevil's blind, but I guess with his super senses, he can aim a gun and shoot it. He can throw his billy club at people. So it was just funny to me. You can make a good meme out of it. So for the 400 subscriber giveaway, you can win all of these books. And there's only 2 requirements. First of all, you have to be subscribed to my channel. I do check when I run this giveaway, so that is definitely a requirement. And then in the comments, all you have to do is put hashtag 400. That will allows me to use a program to randomize the winner and pick who's going to get this awesome haul. So again, be subscribed to me and hashtag 400 in the comments. So this will run till next, I think I'm going to run it till next Friday. So Friday, my regular video will come out, After that, I'll do the drawing, and then Saturday I'll do a regular post announcing who the winner is. And not only will I do a regular post there, but I'll go back into the comments and let the person know that they won this giveaway. And then we can coordinate from there, whether you want to email me or reach out via Instagram. Those are probably the best two ways. But very excited to give back to some people here that have helped me get where I am. I'm having a blast. I love talking comics. I love collecting comics, and I love meeting and interacting with so many people out there in YouTube land. So thank you very much for watching this video. Again, subscribe, hashtag 400 if you want to be in the giveaway. Hit the like, leave me some love, and until next time, keep reading those comics.